All right, everybody, it's been a minute, but we are back with another episode of What I Wish You Knew About Your Wedding. And this is going to be the end-all, be-all bride's guide to videography versus content creator. I'm telling you guys, stay tuned, watch, listen. We're going to break it down. We're even going to have examples from the same event of what content creation looks like versus real videography. All right. So we're going to get started here. I have Sergio from Hernandez Productions. And Sergio, first of all, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I think this is an incredible moment in the podcast. Probably it's going to be one of the best episodes because I personally used your services for my 10-year vow renewal. And I don't want to cry about it. It's coming. I can feel the tear ducts. They're like loading up. Your work was so incredible, and I'm so happy to have you here to share your thoughts and input with couples, especially those who are on the fence. Like, should I have videography? Should I not? We've covered this topic before, but never in this way. Never in the way we're about to. So stay tuned, guys. Why don't you tell the audience just everything about yourself, your experience, your company, and also, please, if you could tell people like your Instagram handles, website, where they can find you. Let's get that out of the way.
All right. Before we begin, I've been having and this is weighing heavy right now on me. I've been having a really and you can cut this part out if you want to, relationship with God right now. And I've always been asking him hey, please tell me when you're trying to speak to me because I don't know when you are. So right now he's trying to tell me to just give a little prayer before we begin. Is that okay?
Let's do it. Yeah. No.
Cool.
Yeah. We don't have to cut it out. Let's do it. No.
All right. Let's do it then.
Okay.
All right. Heavenly Father, God, thank you for having Scott and I here together at this podcast. We pray for a wonderful podcast, God, that we may speak truth and we may speak life. And we pray that nobody that's listening to this falls asleep because we're trying to make this as entertaining as possible. And I want to pray for anybody that is out there dealing with anything in their life that, is stopping them from smiling. We pray for healing, God, and we pray that they whatever it is that they need, they get, God, and with your love and your grace, God. So in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Cool.
Thank you, bro, for letting me do that.
Absolutely. No, we've done it before. We did it with Pastor San, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we prayed into the podcast before.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's pray longer. All right, here we go. No. My name is Sergio Hernandez, Hernandez Production. I started in 2014. That's when I got let go from a job. And I didn't know what I was going to do. Funny enough, that job, what we used to do is we would get old photos that were printed out, so not digital. Okay. We would get boxes of them, thousands of them in a box, and I would run them through a machine and digitize them and make sure that there's no dust lines or anything like that. I got let go from there and I was getting paid very well. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I just started hiking and doing all these activities. And while I was doing that, I would use my phone, photograph, film. And then my friend, Francisco, he told me, he's like, hey, bro, you should get into photography. And I see a talent there, you should look into it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So lucky enough, it was close to Black Friday. And this was when it was in the barely stages of going digital instead of going in store. Mm-hmm. So every hour on the hour, I kept checking for a camera that I knew was going to go on sale. And it was a Canon T3i. And at 3 a.m, it went on sale online, bought it immediately. And that was my first camera, professional camera. And I have a photo of myself with my thumbs up and a little GoPro right next to it. Never really used the GoPro, but that camera was my starter camera. And that was in 2014. 3 years later and a lot of experience, met my mentor at church. He loves the story that I say all the time about him, but to this day, talk to him. He's my best friend. And 2017, I went full time, January 1st. 2017. I stopped working at O'Reilly. I used to work at O'Reilly just to pay bills, not to have fun. Just enough to pay my bills. after work, I would go to Long Beach and I would just be around Elmer. That's his name, my mentor from T&K Photo. And I would just be around him. It wouldn't be photography every time, but I just knew if I wanted to be successful at this, I needed to just be next to him. I would come home, go to sleep, go to work, Long Beach, go home, go to sleep, go to work, go to Long Beach. That was like my routine.
Yeah.
Pay my bills and then work Friday, Saturday, Sunday to shoot weddings with him and just assist them. And 2017, I went full time. And then from there, it's just been an awesome journey, just learning more. Like I'm just never stagnant. I'm trying to learn and get better every single year. And yeah, man, I mean, it's been a long ride. It's almost going to be 10 years full time. So yeah.
Yeah, 10 years full time. And then in that time frame, just give a rough estimate of how many weddings do you think you've shot? Like,
oh man,
like just a rough estimate.
Rough estimate.
Like mine is 12. Like right, I'm over 1,200 weddings DJing. Right, like
okay.
Some people think it's like 1,500. Some of my friends, peers, they think like, no, you've done way more.
Yeah,
but I say 1,200 because I don't want to.
Feels right.
Want to be
half
safe.
Of that.
600.
Yeah, what feels right is around that.
Yeah,
maybe a little less, but around that.
But right. That's. Yeah. I mean, I just want to definitely like touch on the amount of experience you have, and when we talk about that number, I also want to make it clear for people watching this, you've worked all kinds of weddings, low budget, high budget, luxury, not luxury. You also I know for a fact that you shoot other things that are not wedding related, right? Like you do corporate stuff,
stuff. Yeah, a lot of different
things. Yeah. So you like your experience is definitely. I just want to establish that, like, you've done the whole gamut, like
for sure. The backyard rough weddings,
right,
to the crazy high end with crazy big chandelier weddings. Yeah. I done them
because this, and it's important to me because like you. It's like the reason why I started this podcast was because I felt like I do feel like it was a God thing, right? Like, because I felt like I want to help people. Like, I want to help people, and I do want people to understand that, like everybody deserves the best wedding, everybody deserves the best services,
100%,
and videography is not just for luxury. It's not just for luxury weddings. Like, it's not. Like, I know from watching you and the content that you create that whether it is a backyard wedding, whether it's a courthouse wedding, no matter what it is, you're going to create this incredible highlight video that's going to be so emotionally driven. It's going to be insane. It doesn't matter. I really do want people to understand. Like, I think one of the biggest misconceptions is I don't need videography because I'm not spending a lot. Like it's not a big thing. Tell me just like what your opinion is like on that, because I do feel like there's a lot of people out there that say, hey, like I just don't know what it's going to come out like. I'm at my mom's house, but I feel like you're going to create something amazing.
Yeah. So, if I had like a business partner that would be like, okay, look, you have budget packages. Your budget packages, highlights of those shouldn't look like your premium ones, or else they would hate me, because I feel like no matter if it's a budget package or a premium package, I want to give them the best that I can do. And my thing is, my goal is when they watch the highlight film, they're not thinking about how budgeted it was. I want them to watch the film and be so amazed that I created something out of, and no disrespect, out of nothing.
Yeah.
And that comes with anything, anybody, any venue. I want them to be like, whoa, I had no idea that you can create something like this out of this place or out of this location. Same thing. So that's like my goal. And so that's why when I get clients that they're like, my budget's really low and this and that, I want to make sure that they know, and I have footage of budgeted weddings or budgeted events, and I'll send it to them, and they're so like amazed by it, because my goal is not to be like, hey, just because you have a budget one, your film is not going to look budget.
Yeah.
It's going to look
incredible
as best as it can to the luxury one. Like, and under circumstances, like, okay, cool, you don't have the fancy, crazy building but that's okay. We can still make something amazing out of it, you know? So yeah, man, like when it comes to like, budget friendly ones or super luxury ones, I don't go in there thinking, there's some budget ones where I go and I'm like, I'm the most expensive thing here.
Right.
Even the venue is so like, you know, just run down, and I'm like, okay, I put a challenge to myself. Like, I need to make sure they are happy at the end, going, this is why we paid you this much, because we knew you were going to make something amazing out of it.
Right.
You know, and I take a lot of pride in that, man. When someone watches the film and they're just so like in love with it, or they're not complaining. They're not saying, oh man, it looks a little, no, they're just like, wow, this is great. And I'm like, cool, I'm happy.
Yeah. And it's like, and I don't think creating something from nothing is insulting at all, because I'm going to tell the audience right now, because you shot my 10-year vow renewal, which was basically a whole wedding. It was ceremony, it was, you know, dinner, it was all this stuff, and mine was low budget. Mine was under 10K. We didn't spend more than I think we spent around 8,500, 9,000 total for 80 guests. And the average wedding right now is 34K. The average. That's what stats say the average wedding costs, 34,000. So I consider my event that we're going to show the video of, I consider it that you made low budget. And I would say, I mean, I would say you worked a miracle. Like, you created, you know, in my mind, what kind of, speaking to what you said, I knew I wanted to have videography and content creator. I had both. But in my mind, I was like, what is it going to look like? You know, like I didn't have in my imagination, my wildest imagination, I couldn't picture what the video, how it was going to come out. And then when I saw it, I was just like, holy crap, man. Like when you say that, like you create something from nothing, like, I believe that, because I have my video as product, and everyone's going to get to see it. And so, you know, I'm the same way as a vendor provider too, as a DJ. I don't care. I've done 15 people. I've done open dance for 15 people, and I also, they get the same energy. Like, it's not like,
right.
You know what I mean? Because because you're spending less, I'm gonna do less of a job. That's not
exactly.
That's not in me.
Yeah.
You know, some people may be like that, but that's not you.
Yeah.
That's not me, and that's not any of the people that I have on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, so you know, you shoot all kinds of stuff, and videography is for everyone. What I want,
speak a little bit on that.
Yeah.
On yours?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know you were going to throw numbers out there. So I'm just going to throw some in there. Yeah. So here's a good example of that as well, how much I care. So we traded services.
Yes.
Right? So you DJ'd for my fiance's birthday. And then, and this is coming out of you. You said, I know what you're going to do for me is way more than what I am doing for
Absolutely.
you. And I went in there not even thinking about that, because in my mind, you came and you did that DJ stuff for my fiance, and I went in there like, I got paid nothing, but but in my mind, I'm not going in there thinking that. Mm-hmm. I'm going in there like, I'm gonna make an amazing video for Scott. That's my boy,
right?
And we're gonna make this happen. I didn't go in there with an energy of, I got paid nothing. And the reason why I say that is because I've worked with a lot of people that their energy is based on what they're getting.
Absolutely.
And I know this because they'll talk to me about it. They'll be like, man, they only paid me this much. And I'm just like, oh, that's why your attitude is the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
because you're thinking about how much they gave you.
Right.
So you have your camera on a tripod and it's a video camera the entire time. I'm like, what are you even going to do with that?
Put in the work. Right?
Yeah. And so it's like, all right. But I go in there no matter what. I go in there with like, I'm going to make a really good video, because at the end of the day, that's a reflection on me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's 100%.
Right? So I finished a wedding film and I give it to you. What are you going to want to do with it? You're going to want to post it. You're going to want to tell people about it. You're going to want people to see it.
Everybody.
You know? And if someone sees it and they, say a little something bad about it, like, oh, maybe because I didn't pay him or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, it could have, that energy will come out of that film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And my goal is for them to watch it and just say it's amazing. And that's it. Like, they're going to want to reach out because Sergio did a great job.
Oh, yeah. The negative results. I think this is definitely more like also a vendor related topic, because I don't think all vendors understand the negative results that can come from doing a not so good job because of how much money there was. Mm-hmm. It's like, I've gotten comment cards and emails. There's one in particular that stands out, and it was only like 25, 30 people, but the dad of the bride ended up sending an email to everybody, to the venue, to everyone, like basically saying that DJ, whoever he was, he had the energy like there was 10,000 people. Mm-hmm. He's like, we were on the dance floor all night, and he kept us there. Mm-hmm. But kudos to him, and he's the best I've ever seen. Yeah. And it's like, and those are the compliments I really like, I love, because it's like, again, I don't care, man. Like, because like you said, what if those 30 people walk away and go leave reviews or go tell people like, man, this, like, we paid for this DJ.
Yeah. Yeah, and compliments to you too. For my fiance's birthday, you gave me, and again, this was a trade thing, so there was no money exchange.
No.
You were like, hey, give me a list of songs. And then you were like, hey, this might not be enough, but this is the vibe that you're going for. I'm like, yeah, perfect. And then I don't think we had to tell you anything. I think there was like maybe one request because they wanted to dance a specific song, but everybody loved you.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, Scott was amazing. And so like that goes to show how much we care about what we do.
Oh yeah.
It's because it doesn't matter how much we're getting paid. We love it so much that we know this is very important. And the people are going to talk good things about Scott instead of saying, hey, your DJ was a little slack.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like,
yeah, he was just over there.
He was
yeah.
like,
I don't even know if he was at the DJ booth.
Exactly, yeah.
I think he was in his car texting, taking a nap.
And that would say what he cares about. It's like, oh, he values money more than what he actually does.
Yeah, and it's funny because at your event, it's like for the most of the time, I was set up in the garage. I was by myself. Mm-hmm. There's nobody there. Yeah. I couldn't even see the action.
Yeah, but
I could hear the laughter. Yeah, and I could hear everybody. I could hear the energy, and I just fed off of that. And so when I could hear from a distance, because we had to explain to people, you had the mechanical bull going. Yeah. And so then like I just fed off of the energy. And I do remember one time you came over and you're like, oh, they want more Latin music because we got the, we're
oh right.
And I was like, oh, let's do it. So then I went into that mode, and then I could hear the energy, I could hear the laughter, and I was just feeding off of that. And I would walk over every once in a while and make sure you guys were doing okay. And it's like, it's like, that's what it's about, man. Yeah. So this is, I like the something from nothing idea, because this is what I really want to talk about, too, is that, like I said, I didn't have an imagination. I didn't tell you anything.
No, you didn't.
I didn't tell you, I want a shot of this. I want a shot of that. You had the timeline. But I'm going to tell you, it's because my mind doesn't work like that. Like my mind doesn't work visual. I don't have a visual mind. Like I have a musical mind, things like this. But one really important thing is, for anybody who's out there with a really strict budget and you're thinking like, I got some cameras. My friend has a camera. He's made some videos or whatever. I think I can DIY this. And I'm telling you right now, you can't. You cannot DIY wedding videography. There's no way. There's no way to DIY it. There's no way that your friend who's made a couple videos or, I don't know, makes videos for social media, unless they are a wedding videographer, there's no way you're going to get the result. I don't even care if they've been to film school. To me, there's no way to just replace that.
Yeah. So when it comes to like the good thing about having a lot of experience in it is because it's like riding a bike. Once you know how to ride the bike, that's us knowing how to shoot a wedding, right? So we're so detail oriented that we know everything that you put out on the day of your wedding is important to you. So even if it's the smallest of things, I'm going to capture that and I'm going to try to implement as much as I can or just put it somewhere in the highlight. That way, when you watch it again, you go, oh yeah, I remember we did that. Oh, I remember. Oh, that's right. We did that. It was so cool, blah, blah, blah. So that's like another one of the goals. But what I was trying to say is like, for us, it's so just in us. We just film everything and we try to get it as amazing as possible and creative as possible. That's the riding the bike part. Directing the couple and getting these cool shots and making sure the couple isn't guessing what it is they have to do next, because that's our job, just to direct you guys, right? And you guys aren't coming from a modeling thing. Like, you guys don't know what to do in pose. No. Like, that's our job. And Elmer always taught me, the moment the client asks you, hey, what do I do? What do I do with my hands? What do I do next? You have failed. And so my mindset is, I need to make sure the couple is even changing the lens. Like, I need to let them know, because I've seen it many times where like the photographer or whoever is directing them, and then they just walk away and they go to their bag and they're changing their stuff, but they say nothing to them. So now they're like
awkward.
Yeah, it's like dead space. Like, what's going on? So I've been trained to, like, we just finished the pose. I'm like, hey guys, give me one quick second. I'm gonna switch the lens. We're gonna get a really cool, awesome wide shot. I'm just gonna go get it real quick. And now they know, okay, now I can relax.
Yeah. I
can stop smiling. Right. We can talk about something.
Yeah, because cameras could still be set up somewhere and they don't know. Like,
they don't know it. Yeah, exactly.
It's not
constant directing. Yeah. And so back to what I'm saying about the bike is like that. All of that is like riding a bike. Now, when you start doing tricks with a bike, to us, that's getting the creative stuff. That's us seeing something in the venue that we've never been to or we have been to, and we see something different, and now we're trying to have fun and do something crazy. Mm-hmm. We already did all the easy part. Now it's like, just get a little bit crazy. So with content creators, I feel like their mind is constantly on trying to just get a clickable shot for social media. They're constantly thinking about, like, they're not thinking about the little things that is there for a wedding. They're just thinking about, oh, the couple's going to like this, or I hope they like this, or let me make sure I grab what they're doing. But there's so much happening over here. There's so many things that need to be grabbed on this side. Yeah. You had a vending machine with pillows of you guys posing. It's so funny, by the way. It was so cool.
Yeah, the clowns.
Yeah, dude, they're so good. And so, like, you know, and who knows if someone like that would grab those kind of things or direct someone, hey, let me have you play with the thing and maybe we can grab, you know what I mean? All those are just creative little shots that can be grabbed, but they're just so like in their mind somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where they're not like us in autopilot, like we already know what we need to get. Boom, we're going to get it. And then creative, and we just got everything that we need. And so, yeah, man, I think when they were there too, I mean, we play nice with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when they were there, we knew, like, oh, she's there content creating. Hey, come next to us. This is the shot. You know, sometimes they're afraid and they're respectful in that way where they're aside from us. But like I said, like, they're there just as much as we are there for you. And so we're just like, if this is the shot you want, come
get it with us. Yeah.
Come with us, because we know that this is the better shot than, you know, whatever it is that you're over there. And because they're being respectful, they're over there.
Right.
And then once they start feeling that, like, oh, they're playing nice, they just get comfortable and they come around us. And, you know, so that's the good thing about us as well, is just making sure that everybody gets the shot that they need to get. Mm-hmm. at the right angle.
Right.
And then you never know. They might be like, hey, this is a cool shot. What do you think? And then, we go off of that. But yeah, man, videography specific with us and the bigger cameras and the creative minds is a lot different than social media content. I think having both is really cool.
Yeah.
And they both have their place because the way social media is.
Yeah.
We don't shoot a wedding in vertical mode the entire way. So we do try to kind of like crop in and do something fun with that. But social media, there is a place for it, but it's not to replace videography.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I'm here to say that, like, I'll stand on this stage forever, that now that I've had both services, and again, we'll put both videos at the end of this so people can see, but it's not even close to the same. Not at all. And again, like you said, I want to touch on what you said, is that you had drone shots, you have all these shots, you have these wide shots, you have this stuff. And that's what I'm saying is, like, the visual creative side of it is so important, because again, I didn't give anything. And when I saw the video, I was like, this is insane. I was like, this product, this final film, I'm going to call it, is insane. But I can tell, as a creative who does different creative things, I can tell that it takes a specific mind and a mindset, because I know what it looks like when people are editing and you have like, you have like 15, layers, 20 layers going. And then it's like, but then you have to have the mindset to look at this like Jason Bourne style, and like look at all the data or whatever, Matrix style, and you have to crack the Matrix. And then the way it works in my mind, imagining being in your mind, is the pieces kind of like start coming together and the Matrix starts falling into place. And then, you start creating this just incredibly emotional thing that brings out us. Like, it's us. Like, the video felt like us. The content creation felt not like us, but it just felt like, here's the moments as they happened. It felt like, oh, it's just as it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Videography is so much different. It's like, immediately when the video started, when we watched it, is like immediately like the drone shot, and then Stan's voice came in, and we were already crying, man. Like, it was like immediate emotion, like, not even joking. Like, it was like, oh my God, like this, just the way the music was, and then the officiant's voiceover, and it's like, it's just not comparable.
Yeah.
I will say this, I'm glad I had both, because it's two different things. But yeah, man, I don't know I just want you to talk about the process, because I think people need to understand that just getting a friend with a video camera, it's what is going through your mind. Like, you walk into the place, you'd never been here before. So also, that's important, because you had never been at this venue before. You have no idea what you're walking into. And so you walk in, you look around. How does your mind work, bro? Like literally, like actually, like, how does your mind work? Like, when you come in, is there a moment where you're just like, you're zoned out and you're just like I don't know, like scanning and like, are you visualizing already what the end product is gonna look like, or no?
You're gonna laugh, man. So I remember that day, right? It was a long drive. And before our start time was starting,
Yeah.
I just wanted a nap, bro. I just wanted to go to sleep in my car, man.
Yeah.
And then Elmer came out and he's like, hey, let's go scan the place. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And then we go and we start scanning the place. Okay. So now like my brain is a little like working now, right? So and I'm not saying that because because I lazy or anything. No, it's just, again, it comes with, I think, just having the confidence and having the being seasoned of shooting so many weddings, that my mind, I allow myself to, like, hey, you're tired, like, just, relax.
Yeah,
a little bit,
relax.
no need to complicate things or anything like that. And so, and then when Elmer wanted to go and scout it a bit, I think the first thing that I'm looking at is the details. What's there, the flower setups, the location around me. Like, I see a lake, and obviously I'm not gonna see what's really out there until I fly the drone. But I do know that this wedding venue is pretty big. There's a cool pool, right? As I'm looking at the pool, I'm seeing reflections. So all of that stuff I'm like taking in. I see light bulbs being right from tree to tree, and I see the sun going this way. So the sun is gonna be setting. It's gonna look awesome. So this is the direction where it's gonna be really cool to get some couple session stuff. And then also, I don't want to take like all this credit, and I do want to talk about it with you for a bit and get your perspective. But having a brain like Elmer next to me helps a million times, because then he has his perspective and what he wants to get. There's so many times that me and him shoot together, and he'll do a shot and I'm like, oh, it's a great shot. And then I'll do a different shot and he goes, whoa, I'm going to get that angle too. It's really cool. And he always like, oh, I'm going to steal that from you, or I'm going to steal it from him. So having like us both like that really helps us to get different perspectives. But going back to scanning, that's what's happening. So I see the setup, the ceremony, the aisle in the middle looks amazing. I know I'm going to get that. I see the reflections on the pool. I see the light bulbs, all these little details. Then I go inside and I see the machine. I see where the dessert table is going to be. And each dessert, you had a photo of you guys there as well. So I'm looking at all that. But if you were to see me during that time that I'm scanning everything, you would be like, oh, that dude is ready to go to bed. I'm thinking of those things, but I remember when Elmer was, because Elmer started 30 minutes before me.
Yeah.
So I remember while I was there and I still had 30 more minutes, I was like, I just want to go back in my car.
Yeah.
As I'm scanning these things and Elmer's there talking to people and everything, I'm just like, I want to go chill, you know? And then when I was done and Elmer was about to start, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to go back to the car. And so I go to the car, and obviously I'm not one to like start right on time, like, oh, I got to get out and go do it. Like, I have grace period of preparing, you know? So, but it's so funny that like that legit, you would have seen me and you're like, this guy is not awake. And then as soon as the camera's out and I'm ready to go, the brain is on, I'm excited, the energy comes up, and it almost feels as if a second wind comes into me. And then I just start getting the shots that I seen earlier before. And then Elmer sees something different, and then me and him just, kill it as much as we can and all that stuff. And then your energy comes. One thing he always taught me too, though, yours is easy. It's not an example of yours, but if the couple, don't ever match the couple's energy, because sometimes they're worried or they're so stressed out, or their energy is low, or even the groom can be sometimes low, and so then the bride matches that energy because she doesn't want to.
Yeah,
we're always trying to
hype. Yeah.
Up here, you know what I mean? We're trying to get smiles in. We have jokes
Laughs,
for everything.
Smiles,
yeah, exactly. Like, I understand comedians even more now because they say the same joke all the time, but that audience hasn't heard that joke.
Correct.
So for us, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So we're saying the same jokes, but we know that those jokes help bring the energy up.
Yeah, the icebreakers.
Yeah. And if there's something happening or there's drama, again, we don't match that energy. We continue to like bring it up. Because at the end of the day, when the bride again watches the film or watches those photos, we don't want them to think, oh man, I remember this moment, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a bad energy.
It's a bad memory.
We want them to forget about that and then just be happy and like, oh my God, this is amazing, and get you emotional and all that stuff. But sorry, I'm rambling a lot. But the other thing too is while I'm shooting, that matrix stuff, that is already happening in my brain.
Right. That's what I figured.
Yeah. So as I'm shooting the details or the couple stuff, or I'm hearing Stan talk, I'm already trying to like
exactly
put
this
it
is
together.
Exactly how I thought it was.
Right. Yeah. The only thing that I have to really turn on my brain is when you guys have a private vow moment. I can't really hear what you guys are saying. So I'm just banking on my labs and everything to record the media or the audio. And then I'll listen in and be like, all right, let me get the best pieces or the pieces I feel like will match together. And then boom, like put that together in the film. Yeah. Or fit it somewhere in the highlight film.
Yeah. And that's exactly how I pictured your mental process being, because when I saw the final video, I was like, this just goes back to it. There's no way you can just have a guy with a camera and think that they're going to create something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, if you have absolutely zero budget, I understand, like, you know, do what you can. You know what I mean? I can understand having a friend, but I just want to encourage everybody, like, wedding videography is like now I think like if that's all I could afford, I would probably even take that over photography. I would, you know what I mean? Like if I would take my budget, my low budget, and I would invest more into the videography than I would the photography. Like if I, if I'm going to choose to have a friend DIY, or if I'm going to DIY this and have a friend do something, maybe I'll have some people do the photography, but my opinion of videography has completely changed over the time of doing this podcast, and now having my own big event and having all three services.
Yeah. My biggest question is, because I do both. I do photo and video, and I love both of them. And they always ask me, what's your favorite? And my answer is always the same, and it's a boring answer. I love both of them for their respected ways of what they can create for the couples. Like, and that's a real statement. Like, I'm not even like BSing.
Yeah.
Like with film and video, you can create such an emotional, film that you add music, you add sound, you add voiceover, you add all these things, and it touches you, right? And you get to show your kids and your family, and it's because it's a highlight. So, by the way, I've been in a position where someone showed me their hour-long wedding, and I'm like, you're not going to make me sit here and watch an hour-long, right?
No.
He did.
That's crazy.
And it was
Nobody
crazy.
needs that. Nobody needs that.
So the highlight film gives you that, like, really quick, but you get everything in one.
Everything.
Right. And then with photo, what you get is like you're able to print them out and put them everywhere around your house. And it starts a conversation. You know, people get to see it right away. Like, oh my God, that's great. And then you start telling their story about it, you know? So that's something that I truly love. You take it with you everywhere. You have it on your phone. You see the moments and stuff. So with photo, you can create those kind of things and be a little bit creative with lighting and all that stuff. So I truly, truly love both of them separately. And I don't love one more than the other. Like, I truly love both of them. Yeah. And then, man, what did you mention? Because I really wanted to say something about just the videography aspect of it. Maybe I'll come back to me. But
the pre-visual process, the pre-vising it, like, or pre-visualizing it, or no?
No,
it
was something.
You were talking about Elmer, the shots. Else. No, okay.
Yeah, it was something else. We'll get to it though. But yeah. I wanted to ask you, because you had both Elmer and I.
Yes.
And Elmer and I shoot a ton of weddings together. Like, it's getting to the point where you don't see a wedding film without having any photos come from Elmer. So, and vice versa, right? So that's the beauty of it. And we try to pitch it to couples. Oh, one of the things that I do want to say is I get more couples tell me, I wish I had video in my wedding film, or on my wedding, rather than I wish I hadn't.
Right.
I've never gone.
Never.
I wish I hadn't.
Never gonna hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't, and thank God. Right.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is for them to be happy. But I've gone many that say, I wish I had you as my wedding videographer, because they either didn't have the budget or whatever the case may have been, that they just decided not to, and they just stick with photos.
Yeah.
Then they see all of my content. I'm like, oh my God, I wish. It would have been amazing to have you. And by the way, I have special pricing with those people that really can't. And not to say that I'm no, it's still the same prices, but it's special payment ways of the way I do it. Yeah. So they can get something.
Yeah.
Because I know they're gonna want to feel that regret, because I would be regretting it if I didn't get it. And so, but back to Elmer and I want to get your perspective of how you felt having both of us as your one wedding photo and wedding video. Like, do you remember anything? Because I know you're pretty lit.
Super
that
lit.
day. Yeah. So I kind of want to get your perspective on having us as a team.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting because it just felt so synced.
Mm.
It felt like, I mean, it was just the way you guys were working together. It just felt so synced. You know, super harmonious, like,
Yeah.
you know, like situation. And I want to say that like this is probably the best thing I can say for couples out there is if you don't have the right vendors and you have vendors that are either competing or don't get along, you're going to have a terrible experience.
Yeah. So
You're going to have a
the
you're going to have a
part with
terrible
that though
experience.
is like I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. How do you? Because I can ask a photographer that doesn't play nice, and someone that's looking for one, right? I could ask them and they'll be like, no, yeah, we're always we always are good with whoever you hire. Like we'll play nice and blah blah blah. They can tell me that and I'll be like, all right, cool. And then they show up and then they're not playing nice. You know, that's the hard part for me, I feel, because even though we do tell them that, it's very hard unless it's like and because I don't know anybody else, unless it's a group like Elmer and I where we tell them legit, like I talk to them every single day.
Yeah.
We are best friends, but we talk about work almost every single day.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly thinking about ways of putting our work together to post it on social media so they can see how our dynamic. He does a lot of YouTube videos. I'm in the YouTube videos. Most of the time I'm messing around because he's so serious. I want to make it a little bit fun and all that stuff. And he loves it. And so yeah, like there have been times where again, like we shoot with someone that is not T&K, right? Me. And I'm always the one to go in first. Hey, what's up, man? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, we try to build some energy. And it's a rare one when I get the same energy back.
My absolute recommendation is that if you're gonna hire video and photography, hire people that have worked together or hire someone that offers both services.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
It's just behind the scenes, you know, with my wedding experience as a DJ, I can't tell you how many times I've lost count. Yeah. It just happened this last weekend. Like how many times the coordinator, planner, whoever comes up and just kind of like does the sigh, like, okay, like, well, she's, you know, they'll be like, you know, photographer's great, videographer is a mess. Like this is so difficult. I'm having such a hard time.
Yeah.
They're not on the same page. Like they want to do different things. This one wants to go here. This one wants to go there. And so what couples need to understand is if your photographer and videographer don't get along, it's going to affect so much more than you think. It's going to affect the results of the final product. It's going to affect your timeline. You're going to be overworked. They're going to overwork you. Mm-hmm. You're going to get tired. Mm-hmm. You're going to get worn out. You're going to want to just be done with it if they're not on the same page. We did everything synced. So when we were doing photos by the pool, we were doing video by the pool. When we were doing this, it was like so simple, so easy, uncomplicated. But I've done hundreds of weddings where photographer and videographer are two different companies, two different teams, and they do not get along. They struggle for power and who's going to take the lead and all this stuff. And they want to do separate things. Like, no, I want to, I think they're visualizing, I want to go over there. And then the photographer's total like about themselves and what they think they need to get done. Like, no, I need to shoot it.
Yeah.
We talked about shooting it here. So I'm forget about it.
It's always the photographers.
I think you should hire people that are from the same team.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to hire people from the same team, you better ask questions, look at reviews, and figure out if these people work well together or not. Like for reals, like actually work well together, because for the most part, it's going to be a terrible media experience.
And sometimes the reason why they don't hire the same group is because, and I know this because I just had a meeting with one, and it's because they have like it's a family friend that is actually like a professional, but they don't do video, right? So they're hiring me for video. And then so they're asking me questions and stuff, and I told them, and I made sure I tell them, like, hey, you know, because they asked me, how do you go about it, like the day of, like, what do you do? I'm like, well, first of all, I don't know your photographer, so the first thing for me is introducing myself to your photographer, telling them, like, hey, you know, you take lead, I'll be right next to you. If I have an idea, I'll throw it out there. And then I tell them, if they don't play nice with me, I want you to understand that I am not one to just like sit and give the energy of like, oh, we're not playing nice. No, I am going to still smile. And if I have an idea, I will say it out loud. Like, hey guys, that was a great shot. Can I do something real quick? Yeah. All right, cool. Is it okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. To the photographer. And then I'll do something, you know, with that energy, but without even like, I'm not going to be snarky about it. I'm going to be like, hey guys, can I position you right here? Because the lighting is a little better. After the photographer just shot them here. You know, that'd be kind of a jerk move. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm going to play nice. I'm going to tell them like, hey, I think this shot would be cool, or something that I need. Because there's a lot of times where when I'm the photographer and the videographer needs something, they're a little too quiet, right? And they just like, they want to get something, but they don't voice it out. And so then I need to like tell them, like, hey, if you need anything, like, just let me know. Like, you know,
are you good? Are you
are you good?
Are we good here? Do you want anything? Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
But man, Scott, there've been some times where I'm the videographer and the photographer is just moving like this, and they don't even care to ask me.
Yeah, because they think they're egotistical.
They're in their own like
they're
world.
Egotistical. Yeah.
So, you know, when that happens, I catch it early on. Now, even more so, to make sure that I get the shots that I need, because they deserve an amazing video.
Yeah.
Just as much as, and I hope they get amazing photography from this person, you know? So yeah, man, I'm constantly like moving, and at the end of the day, my fiance knows she'll get all the dirt, you know, but the day of, I will not give a single energy of that dirt, because the couple does not need to have that energy.
It's so crazy, because in the DJ world, there is a similar situation where guests, mom, dad, I've had people just be totally rude to me, complaining about this, complaining about that. Like, you know, people get in my face and whatever. I've had some really nasty situations, and all my couples out there have no clue, because again, the same thing. Like, they didn't do this to me. Like, people outside of them are doing things. And if you had the wrong DJ, there's been situations where I think if people had the wrong DJ that I've been in, where they would just probably pack up and leave. You know what I mean? Like, where when
they're being so,
when people are getting, like, literally actually making threats, like, if you don't do this or XYZ, I paid for this wedding, you better do XYZ. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that, because that's not anything that was agreed upon. It's not anything in the time. And they get mad. And then, you know, they'll start cussing me out or treating me like garbage. But it's not the couple, man. It's not the couple. And like you said, just because the photographer or videographer, whichever role you're playing that you're not playing, isn't playing nice, it's like the couple doesn't deserve a negative energy or bad experience just because of other people outside of them are, you know, are making a bad situation. So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. One more story about that.
Go ahead.
Dude, I've had, I was doing a courthouse wedding, and I went to go scout, and I left my secondary stuff, and with not even a minute, I went to go tell them, hey, follow me over here. I turn around, my bag is gone. It's gone, bro. No one's running. I could not tell you how they did it. To this day, that couple has no idea that happened to me, because it's not their problem.
Yeah.
My whole thing is they have a great experience, and they get the photos that they deserve. I had all my main gear. That was my secondary stuff, and a legit lens from in there.
Yeah.
My heart is racing, and I'm thinking about it, but I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna mention that. And boom, I do my job. They love everything.
Yeah.
And then after is when I call Elmer or whatever. What should I do? The insurance. I had insurance, so I had to do this whole thing. But anyway, the point is, they don't know what happened,
right?
Because that would kill the energy.
Yeah, it's so important.
And they got the photos, and they're super happy. But to this day, they have no idea that happened.
Yeah. I've had situations, and it's like, no, it's like, don't. like whatever, like I've told people like, no,
Yeah.
don't tell the couple.
Yeah.
Don't tell the couple this just happened. Don't tell them this just
Mhm.
happened. Don't do it. There's no reason to tell them. Like
Yeah.
they don't need to know
Yeah.
because it's going to divert the whole rest of the day.
Right.
It's going to, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
Everything's going to change. And if you had made a big deal, I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
No, man, it would have changed the whole
Yeah.
the whole day.
Yeah.
Whatever you were
And those
doing.
are rare instances, guys. I mean, for the most part, weddings are just fun. They're happy.
Yeah.
We get what we need to get. The couples
Yeah.
are so happy and energetic and everything. It's so I love doing that. I've always said, and it's easier said than done, but I've always said that if I were to win the lotto, I think I would still want to shoot weddings because that's how much I enjoy it, man. I have a lot of colleagues that are like, dude, I don't know how you like weddings. They're just so, because it's a one-time thing. Like you can't mess up and do it again.
There's no redos.
No, there's no redos.
Yeah.
And there's something about that I just like, I don't know. I remember my first wedding and I remember that pressure. But after I did it, it was like so fulfilling, you know, and I just love doing it, man. Like I still get that same feeling that I got when I first did it. And so yeah, if even if I won the lotto, man, and again, who knows, but I would still want
at least as of right now, you would still
at least as of right. We'll see. Let's help me win the lotto, God, please.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll find out if I'm a liar or not.
No, man, and it's like it's just, you know, I just think everybody should consider or figure it out. Like, get a videographer, man. Get a videographer.
Yeah.
Because the results that we got, which we're going to share pretty soon here, at the end of this, is people will get to see it. And I think after they see the difference between content creation versus, you know, what the wedding videography looks like, I think it's going to be a no-brainer.
Yeah. And again, those two have their place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, you know, all we're trying to say is don't just get a content creator, you know, get someone that's going to create and has that creativity of putting a film that you're going to be so proud of.
Yeah.
And so proud to showcase to everybody. And have your content creator to post on, you know, socials or wherever you're going to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, content creation. So, you know, I would, so if I could go back, I would have everybody again. There's no regrets. And I loved all the services, the photo, the video, the content creation. I would do it all again. If I had another, 25-year, I don't know, anniversary celebration, I would have all three again. And the thing, I will say this, you know, I have episodes talking about content creation. But that was before I actually had the services. But the nice thing is, I will say this, is the instant gratification. Within 24 hours, less than 24 hours, I already had all the clips were uploaded.
Right.
I woke up the next day and the clips were like, hey, all the content is there. The edits weren't ready. You know what I mean? The edits that they were going to do weren't ready, but I was able to go watch back the entire thing, the whole wedding.
Yeah.
Everything. I was able to just like go and watch clips and like, oh yeah, I remember that. And like, I don't remember that. And I wasn't there for that. And it's just like, you know, the immediate gratification of having all of that content is really cool. It's so fun to just literally the next day you get to go back through it. And then within a week or so, the edits that they put together came through from all that content. And so I didn't have to edit, you know, things together. I still want to go back and edit things together naturally, you know, but there's an instant gratification. And for me, the best thing I can say is that's why I think people, you should have all three, but specifically it's just about the video aspects. Content creation is wonderful because you're going to get it back within 24 hours. That's almost every content creator is going to turn over all the raw content. Then you're going to have edits within a week that they're probably going to put together as part of the package. And then that will hold you over until the video comes.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to rush the video.
No.
And I already knew that because you want something amazing. So I think that's why people should have both. Sneak peek photos also came within 24 hours, photography. Okay. But that's not the same as video and like really like reliving. It's just these snapshots that are incredible. TNK photo, like insane job. We still need to print out some of those photos. And you know, it's funny is me and Elmer have talked about some of this, and we talked about the visualization. I said I've already been at that venue before. I've never seen shots like he got. And I said, and I asked him kind of the same question I asked you, and I said, this shot right here, I was like, there's no way I could have even imagined that this place could look like this in a photo. I was like, this is $1 million photo, dude. Like, this picture is insane because I've done events there and I've seen the photography, the photos that come after from events that I've worked there as a DJ. And I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. I was like, and I asked him the same question, and his answer was, yeah. He said, as soon as he walked in, he saw it. He saw the shot before it happened. And that's why you get a professional. Yeah. And that's why you get someone with experience. Yeah. Because like you said, they're going to turn nothing into something.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you were to see him, I don't think you can point out the moment he caught it. Because I'm telling you, we walk in there and it's like, if we're not really like, we're not like scanning the place like this, right? We're just walking in, we're seeing people, we're saying hi, but at the same time, our brains are working in the background.
Exactly.
It's the same thing as our camera. Like, once we go from inside to outside, the couple doesn't know, but our fingers are turning the dials because we know that it's dark in here, but it's going to be bright out there.
Exposure.
So by the time we're over there, the camera should be at these numbers.
I see, yeah.
And it's happening while, you know, we're directing you and talking to you to go over here and this and that. And it's pretty cool to see that because to be that seasoned and to be able to do those things, I think is pretty cool. Like, it's fun because even me, like, I'm not looking at Elmer and seeing when he's really scanning. He could be talking to people and then he'd be like, oh, dude, I saw this cool shot over here.
Right.
And I was like, when did you see that shot, dude? Like, what were you doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he had already seen it beforehand. So that's the magic that I love, you know, working with him and all that. And then I start to pick up little things like that. And it's really cool. But I wanted to go back to like the 24-hour turnaround time. And so in the beginning of this, we were talking about like budget friendly, you know, stuff and then premium stuff. I don't want people to confuse and be like, oh, okay, well then if he's going to give me the same highlight as a premium, I should just do the budget friendly, you know, packages that he has. There are differences, right?
Yeah.
To videographers, the length of your highlight, what more you get, the ceremony edits, the
coverage, number
coverage,
of cameras, etc.
And then also a 24-hour like sneak peek of a video as well. Like, that can all be included. It's just a matter of budget.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it, right? Because I also remember I just started doing a lot of like fun content creating with my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then integrating the shots that I shot with my glasses. So it's behind the scenes. And then I did it with your video. It was one of the first times that I was doing it. And that was almost less than 24 hours that I had it in there. And it's just me filming behind the scenes with my camera and then into the shot that I had got with my actual camera. And those things, like, to me, they're fun to do, man, because it gives people want to see the behind the scenes. So they want to see like, oh, how do they get it? And there's nothing really magical about it. It's just, or maybe to some people it is.
Yeah.
I read in a book that people that love what they do, they make it look so easy that the person that's sitting on the couch thinks they could do it.
Yes.
You know, so it's like, if I'm doing that, then okay, good. I guess I'm really good at what I'm doing. But yeah, it's just behind the scenes and then boom, integrate the video, and it makes a really fun like social media post. You know?
No, yeah. I remember seeing that. I was like, whoa, I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's like, it was like in conjunction again, it's like this again, instant, like that type of content, that quick content, that behind the scenes. It's like immediate gratification, you know, instant gratification of like being able to enjoy, relive what just happened.
And we understand we live in that world. Like, we live in the world of people wanting sneak peek photos almost immediately.
Yeah.
But the thing about us is, us as in like, I'm speaking for Elmer as well, we love what we do so much that when we capture a moment during the wedding, we're already talking about wanting to edit and post it already ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're so in love with the shot.
So happy with it, yeah.
Dude, we're like, dude, what? Yeah. And I'll get messages from Elmer driving on the way home, and because he'll come with an assistant, he'll have the assistant drive, and he'll text me, dude, I already got the preview selected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'm gonna have
I'm already
these.
there.
I'm gonna have these by the time I get home. Like he's literally texting me those things, and I'm just like, dude, I love that we love what we do, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm like that too, man. I'll do some photos. Photos is easier to get sneak peeks right away.
Yeah.
So I get like that too, man. I'll shoot some stuff, and I'm just like, I can't wait to get home.
Yeah.
Man. You know what I mean? And there's times I get home and it's late, but I'm on the computer because I'm like, dude, I want to get.
Yeah,
this
you want to
out
get this
already.
going. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll wake up super early and I'll just start working on it because I cannot sleep. Like I need to get this on my mind. The first thing I wake up is on my mind. Yeah.
That's how, yeah. I mean, I imagine that's how it is because sneak peeks and stuff, they come so quick, and it was really cool, the photo sneak peeks, and then the content that you put out, and then getting the content creator stuff. Like it's all, like, I think it's all worth it, but yeah, what other thoughts, ideas before we wrap up? What other thoughts, ideas do you have that you might want to share, or anything that was on your mind, stepping into this podcast? Anything that you want to share with people?
Not at the top of my head. I just really wanted to get like from someone's opinion about how Elmer and I work together, because that's something that I've never liked being salesy. I've always liked my work to speak for what I can provide.
Right.
So I always say, when people are like, hey, I'm gonna send you this person, this client, or this couple, they're looking for this and that. I always like, all right, and my answer is always this: as long as you like my work, look at my work first, and because I want to make sure, just because they heard that I was so good from someone else, but they haven't seen anything, like, no, look at my work first.
Yes.
And that will speak, for myself and for you to be like, oh yeah, I really liked what you put together. And the point of what I'm saying is that, like, I wanted to get the perspective of someone that dealt with Elmer and I, because Elmer and I are always telling people that me and him work really well together. But I wanted someone that actually experienced it to kind of really voice it out, like, oh yeah, these two guys are legit.
Yeah, super legit. Yeah, I mean, and then again, like we talked about, I've been on the other side of it, doing so many weddings, and I've seen where they don't get along. And it's bad news.
Yeah,
and I can see the couple frustrated.
Yeah,
I can see them. They want to be done. These guys are going back and forth, and they're moving too much, and the bride is in her dress, and maybe it fits a little tighter than it did when she had her fitting, and the groom is hot in his suit, and it just gets to a point where they're uncomfortable, they're not happy, they're not smiling, because the teams aren't getting along, they're not laughing and joking, and it just looks like this really uncomfortable experience.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story real quick and recently too. There's a photographer, and she was like, all right, groom, I need you to go and get in the shot with her, because she was positioned and it looked nice. Like, and even if we don't work together, if that photographer has a good idea, to me, it's like, oh, that's dope. But she told him, like, hey, get in there. And he's like, I don't know what do I do? Her response, I don't know, figure it out.
Nah.
Bro.
No.
Bro, as I'm filming, I'm like, oh, heck no. Did you just say that?
Figure it out. Yo,
I don't know.
What am I paying you for?
Ha, 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 ha. Like, And come to find out, I actually was filming while she said that. Yeah. So I had that clip of her saying that. I don't know, figure it out. And she laughed, and I'm like, man, this is so bad. So, yeah, man, it's someone, I guess, like, I have fun, whether it's Elmer or not. I have fun, but I've noticed that when it is Elmer next to me, the fun is even
different.
more.
Yeah, it's different.
Because now we're going to get what we're going to, like, we know what we need. We're going to get it.
Well, even as a DJ working with the vendors I've worked with before,
that's right.
Different experience.
Exactly. Like, and coming to a wedding venue where the DJ also, we know the DJ, and they know how to control the environment too, and it makes our jobs easier. Yeah. And so again, like, we just flow so well together.
So well, right? Yeah.
Whereas there's another DJ that we've never worked with, and as soon as the first dance is done, they go straight into toast, where I have to run and get my camera set up for toast. It's different lighting setup, different camera setup, and I have to make sure I go. And then later on, I complain about it, right? But during that moment, he didn't even give me time. Boom, I gotta blah, 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 blah.
You gotta go, yeah,
I gotta go. Whereas with you, to be like,
I always let you guys know, if there's something weird, like if there's something weird in the timeline, or it's different. I always, even if I know you guys have the timelines, and sometimes you don't, but even if you have them, it's like, I like to make sure to point it out, like, hey, just so you know, we're doing boom, 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 all
Right.
before dinner.
Right.
Like, that's unusual. So, I'll give you time in between,
Exactly.
and we talk about it, and I'll do some vamping in between to make
Yeah.
sure you guys can move your cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, not every DJ works that way, and
And that's
in
okay,
general.
right? I mean, we're ready. We're
Yeah.
ready to run and gun. We're ready to move things around, make sure what we get. I'm not trying to complain that everything needs to be perfect.
No,
I'm just saying when you have like vendors that
So,
have
yeah.
already worked well together and they're seasoned,
cohesive
it's a nice,
Yeah.
like easy, fun day
for everybody.
for everybody. But then there are times where it's unfortunate and things happen. We're always ready to adapt. And we're not gonna bring any negative energy to it. It's just we'll complain after
Yeah.
to our colleagues, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like dude,
Oh, yeah.
this thing
I
happened.
can't believe this
It was-
happened. Dude. I
oh,
can't.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot, man. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than people think.
Yeah, definitely,
Nothing,
man.
nothing is in the wedding world is simple.
Have you voiced out why you do this podcast? Have you told
it's out there.
people?
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. I really love what you're doing because it's a really cool concept of having your kids when they get ready to get married, they can watch all of these episodes and be like, all right, I didn't think I know what I need to get.
Yeah, definitely first legacy project.
Yeah,
for the kids.
Project. So cool.
You never know what's going to happen. I recently got into a car accident at 12:15 a.m. on the way back from an event, and I after that moment, I could have died.
I'm glad you're okay, man.
Yeah, luckily it was just me in the car, and it was but I was tired. It was a long day, and then the event ended late, and it's never happened to me before. But when you think to those moments, like I have talked about it, but I don't necessarily know that people always catch it. But I have 3 kids, and I started thinking about how why is it that we're on Reddit, Facebook, people are always asking the same questions when they've been answered a million times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like why are we asking the same questions?
Yeah.
Do I need videography? Well, watch this podcast, man, and then tell me what you think. And so if God forbid something happens to me, my kids get my 18 years plus, it's going to be 19 years, 20 years, whenever, of knowledge of over 1,200 weddings and seeing everything happen, the worst, the best. It's like if dad is gone, then I'm leaving this behind for them. That was the first motivation for this, is just seeing how like vendors just retire and stop doing photography and stop making cakes and stop planning, and they just stop. But where is their knowledge gone? It goes with them because they're not on a blog or forum like putting the information out.
Right.
So yeah, it's a legacy project first. And then the second thing is I was personally, I don't come from the best upbringing, best family. And at 17, I knew I was going to be homeless at 18. It was already coming. My dad told me, when you graduate from high school, that's our last day. And your day of graduation is our last day in the house. We are not coming home. We're going to go live out of our car, which was a 1996 Ford Taurus. So, and they literally did that. They lived in that car until the tires got flat and eventually it got towed, and then they were just on the streets, right? But at 17, I joined the military. I did the, you could join, it was like, I forget what they called it. There was a name for it, but you could join prior to 18. And then when you turn 18, then you can ship out. So I signed up on my own because I was like, I'm not going to go live out of a car. You know what I mean? And because I grew up in that environment of not having a whole lot, and things being difficult, I just come from this attitude of that I think everybody deserves to have the best life they can, best experiences they can. And if even one of these clips or one of these videos can help somebody out there, then also that's number 2. And then, the third purpose of this obviously is it does help with exposure. It does help with that, but I've not gotten one piece of work off of this. Nobody has responded from an episode and said, "Hey, can you be my DJ?" That hasn't happened once yet. I fully fund this myself. I'm not making any money off of it. There's nothing. There's no sponsorship. There's nothing. So I am truly doing this because it's something I want to do. I want to leave it behind for my kids. I want this to be available to people. And I feel like I'm giving back to everyone. You know, everyone that's helped me get this far. I wouldn't even be in this place if it wasn't for clients and, you know, people that have helped me along the way, like, you know. But, you know, I started this off being a DJ with no experience, not knowing anything, and I just a love for music. And, you know, I ended up playing some music at some random events, and then it never stopped. So yeah, I just want to give back, and I do want people to have the best wedding. I want them to have real information and honest information. I don't want to, you know, there's a lot of bad information out there. But again, I don't want people to keep having to ask the same question over and over and over again. Like, watch my podcast and then see what you think, you know, watch any episode. You don't have to watch all of them. Watch the one that you're worried about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, watch the one about the timeline, you know, timeline breakdown. If you're DIYing your wedding and you don't have a big budget and you're creating your own timeline and you're doing it in the backyard, I have an episode on the timeline. The officiant episode with Stan, he breaks down how he runs a ceremony from start to finish. He breaks it down. You could tell your dad or your brother who's going to officiate your ceremony, watch this podcast, and you'll have the best possible like outcome of having a good ceremony. Because here's a guy with 27, 30 years experience and 5 million weddings he's done as an officiant, literally telling you his process and what he does from when he arrives to the venue to when he leaves.
Yeah.
I'm giving people, I'm building the base where if someone has to completely DIY their wedding, the answers are here. And that was my goal.
You should have a website, howtoplanAwedding.com. And then just
I don't know, man. It's just I you know, I don't know if I could, you know, tell people fully how to plan it, but I have enough knowledge that the things that people always ask about, I probably have the answer, you know. I probably have the answer.
Yeah.
Whether it's catering, whether it's whatever, because I know I've just gotten to know so many professionals like you know, and planners and coordinators, and I can typically either find or have the answer, you know, even though I'm not a planner or coordinator. It's just the amount of experience.
Yeah. No, same, man. Same with us. We always say that too. It's like, yeah, we're photographers and videographers, but
we all do it.
We know how a day can go.
Play multiple roles.
Yeah, multiple.
We have to do it all the time.
Yeah. But it's all good. It's for the love of the game.
Yeah.
This is the reason why you're doing this. Like,
no, we care about it.
You're not exactly. You care about it. You care about people finding the answers, what they're looking for and stuff. You're not looking for the money. You're not chasing it for the money.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's nice, dude. But I when I found that out, I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And I hope your kids one day like see it and appreciate it, what Dad did and all that. And yeah, and I know they will. They're good.
Well, if I'm old and senile or have dementia, then it's like, just watch it, man. Just watch this. Just watch this. You know, like whatever my health situation is, it's like it's gonna be here for them. So
go watch Dad when he was normal.
Yeah, go watch me before. Yeah, before I went senile and I just ate donuts and drank beer or something. I don't know.
Oh, the good life. The good life.
Well, thank you for being on the show. Let's give everybody your social media again and website. If you can tell everybody, it'll also be. For everybody watching, it'll be in the description. And then at the very end of this, after this part, after Sergio gives us his socials and stuff, I'm going to put up my own personal content creator edit and then Sergio's video that he made. So that's it. If nothing else, watch that and you're going to see the difference.
Yeah, you can find me at Hernandez Production with no S at the end on Instagram. And then everything there, we have links to our TikTok and our website. So you can find everything there. We have a QR code that sends you to our recent wedding photos, recent wedding videos, and our reviews as well. So we take pride in every single one of those things. But mainly Instagram at Hernandez Production.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for what you did for us and the amazing video. And everyone's going to get to watch that right now. Thank you for being on the show.
Like it too, man. Thank you.
So enjoy, guys. Here you go. I'm going to put up the videos, the content creator edit, and then our 10-year vow renewal full wedding film. Enjoy.
friends and family who are gathered here today to encourage, support, and celebrate 10 years of successful marriage for these two. So can we give it up for them? Absolutely amazing. Well, Magdalena and Scott, the day is finally here. 10 years in the making.
Magdalena, the last 10 years with you have been like a movie. We've done so much together, from having 2 beautiful daughters, to you becoming a mother to Alano, to so many successes and setbacks, to the loss of family and the gaining of new friends for life. I always thought I was inadequate and a mistake, and struggled for many years with depression and sometimes even a desire for things to end. Magdalena, what you have done for me is more than complete me. You brought me back to God. You prayed for me even when I didn't know or ask you to. You showed me I have always been whole, even though I could never see it in myself, and that God made me exactly how I'm supposed to be. So Magdalena, you didn't just complete me in a very special way. You've also made me into who I am. And God put you in my life, and without you, I would be nothing, or even worse, maybe not even here on earth. I love you, Magdalena. I hope we get as many years together as God will allow. I love you.
Came and changed everything.
Our love isn't perfect. Neither of us are. But I'm perfectly in love with you, devoted to you, committed to you. I've tried my best to be by your side and have your back in every circumstance. I'm blessed and honored to have you as my husband, the father of our children, and most of all, my best friend. I love you, honor you, will be here for you. And I'm looking forward to what the Lord has in store for us in the next 10 years. With all my love and all my heart, I choose you today and every day for the next 10 years. Just kidding. For all of our days of our lives together. I love you.
All right, so with the authority granted to me by the state of California in the company of your family and closest friends, it is with honor and great joy that I now pronounce you once again husband and wife, and what God has joined together, let no one separate. And Scott, you may now kiss your bride.
This is more than imagine. This is more than ordinary though. Didn't realize this could happen. Oh, the grace would be enough. This is more